Hello again, this is Dave here. I'm here to show you model 128C Unitron. And I'm going to show you hopefully some of the attention to detail that is famous with Unitrons. Every nut, bolt, and knob on a Unitron is absolutely exquisite. And I have spent some time attempting to duplicate some of these bolts and nuts and so forth, and spend some time with a lathe attempting to make them just exactly right so that they're indistinguishable. Anyhow, so let's talk about this telescope. This is a 60mm refractor, equatorial refractor. This one has about everything you could possibly have on a 60mm refractor. It's got a Unitron equatorial mount with a clock drive. That's what makes it a Unitron 128C rather than just a 128. This also has the Duotron, which is designed to help you observe. If you have two people, you can have one person looking through this eyepiece, another person looking through that eyepiece. It's got the very interesting removable holder. This is a holder for the sunscreen. So this thing is actually removable. That helps to allow you to put the telescope into the box, and then you can mount the sunscreen. The usual Unitron sunscreen goes on that shaft right there. This has quite a novel feature, and that is a declination counterweight on a 60mm refractor is almost unheard of. I don't believe anyone else ever made one like that. So it's got a counterweight system here, plus it's got a camera mount there, and with the clock drive it would at least theoretically be quite possible, and probably not that difficult, to do some nice piggyback astrophotography. And what that would be using this is an old-timey film camera from 30 or 40 years ago. Use this old-time film camera, turn on the tracking mechanism, turn on the clock drive, get it all hooked up, look through here, and then you could use the controls to guide the telescope to make sure that you are tracking properly. And shooting a fairly wide-angle lens, you would have no problem in making very nice astrophotographs. Of course, that's back in the old days of film, and nowadays with digital cameras you can do much better work. Might be fun to try this with a digital camera. That may be a fun adventure to try. So that is a Unitron 128C. I think I'll try and show you some close-ups of some of the knobs and so forth, so you can get a sense of all the fine attention to detail that is demonstrated with the Unitron. Check out these nuts and bolts. This bolt here, retaining bolt there, this nut here. They're beautiful. They're just extremely well made. The finest in craftsmanship. Take a look at this nut right here. I have spent about an hour or so cutting a piece of stainless steel on a lathe and attempting to knurl it and cut it in just exactly the right fashion so that it will look exactly like that. It's not trivial to do that. I don't think you can buy one of those anywhere. You have to make one. I wanted to show you how the Unitron clock drive is connected. This is very typical of a Unitron. It's a little bit quirky, kind of strange, very effective. Let me show you how it works. You can see this has got a motor and some gears. This device here actually rotates to allow for certain flexibility in connecting it. This hexagonal section slips right inside matching slot in the telescope. There we go. Once you get it in there, tighten all this stuff up. There you go. Now, the way Unitron designed this system is kind of strange. They've got this unit all by itself, and then to hold the unit, they devised this kind of a device here. This is a clamp that goes around the mount. This is a little sort of a table. You can move it around like so and adjust it up and down, and it gives you a great deal of flexibility. The typical Unitron they use clamps and tables and all sorts of strange devices to get the job done. A more traditional or more usual approach to this would be to drill a hole here, put a bolt with a great big piece of steel here, and attach the thing like that. Unitron does it in a much more elegant and somewhat quirky fashion with this kind of device. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of a Unitron Model 128C. Thank you.